want to build a building, if you want to build a bar, if you want to, build a house, I would tell you, how much does the foundation cost? How much does, the framing cost? Everything from nuts to bolts, right? And then, that also expands on where are your risks as an owner? How long is this project going to take? Are some materials hard to get right now? Where can we save money? And just navigating that, and then handing off, a good, solid, well put together package to our project management and superintendent teams.
And for those that don't know, how did you get to be an estimator? Like, I'm sure you weren't young Chris Pellegrini running around, Lynch Park as a child saying, one day I'm going to be an estimator for Windover. How did you get to be where you are today?
Yeah, so it was a short and windy road because, early in my career, but I got a degree in business management from the University of Colorado, and I studied real estate and entrepreneurship. And then I moved back to Massachusetts, and I got a job as a property manager, right? And so I was managing properties with investors, and with that came tenant relations and then fit outs. Some commercial, some residential, flipping units. And I really like talking to subcontractors. Like, they're the real people, right? And that was the most enjoyable part of my job was working with them. And so I thought, all right, well, how can I do that more? And so I lived in Ipswich at the time, was in the Gloucester area, saw Windover Construction all over the place, and especially, transforming the community that I grew up with, for the better. And so I met with some people, networked around the company, and found my way into a position as an APM, working with, a lot of people, but pretty green to construction, right? I studied business. I didn't know the first thing about reading plans. I didn't know, how things really come together on the surface. I got it. But I think understanding relationships and people, and there's two sides to every story. And just knowing I had a lot to learn helped that process. And eventually Kevin Hansen, who's my mentor and manager at Windover, he's the vice president of pre-construction. We worked together on the earlier stages of some jobs as I was an APM, and ultimately said, hey, you want to join my team? I said, sure. And then I've been in my position for about a year.
And if you could go, and if you were speaking to, say, high school students, college students, what are some of the skills you think they need to be successful doing what you do?
I think just being open to learn, to have a conversation. I don't think at any point, everyone knows everything, right? So it's having the perspective on every single person that you talk to, you're going to learn something, and just to keep that in your mind. And I think you could do really a lot of jobs in construction with that mindset. When it comes to estimating, there's an analytical mind of being able to understand, where are we going? Like, what exactly is the end result that we want, and what's the mindset that the owner has? Like, what do they truly want out of their space? And by putting yourself in that mindset, then you can start to think like them. You can start to answer questions and deliver material. And when you're looking at how, a wall comes together, or flooring goes down, or the type of flooring, it's linking all of that back to, what do we need in the end? Is it schedule? Is it cost? What is that? And so it's a lot of things that come together, but, really an analytical, detailed mind, ready to put in the work to learn.
And as far as the projects that you've worked on, do you have one particular project that you liked the most, that you're the most proud of?
Yeah, I really enjoyed, so we did modular housing. It was COVID housing for Tufts University. And so obviously when that happened, there were, there was a lot of stuff going on with everyone. Everyone was, sort of uneasy